Hello everybody, so it's Keith from Paula's Plum Build, and I just want to apologise to all our loyal followers, I guess, for not posting for a while. There's reasons for that. I did start to actually do an update on the 15th of December, ironically. We hit a bit of a disaster on that day, so what I'm going to do is tell you what was in that update, put that update on here, but it cuts off quite quick and quite blunt for specific reasons, which you'll find out in about 20 minutes, I guess. But what I just want to say is I'm really sorry for not posting for a while. The update that I put up, it does talk about why we've not posted, or me, because I'm the one who does it basically. So why there's not been an update for a while, a couple of reasons for that. What's happening with the Windows situation, what's happening with the pond, what's happening with my work situation, and what Keith's been doing as a little bit of a sideline project why the weather's been shit, basically, because let's be honest, the weather has been proper shit. So I'm just going to put up the clip from the 15th and I'll catch you back after that. Hi everyone, and welcome to Keith and Paula's Plum Build. Couple of things I'd like to speak about today, as we've not put an update up for quite a while, and there's reasons for that which I will go into. I'm also going to talk about what Keith's been doing. He's been doing a couple of offsite projects. I'm going to talk about a little bit of an update on my work situation and what's happening there, what's happened with the windows since we've ordered them, pond update obviously. So yeah, I guess it's been quite a while since I've put an update up, and the reasons for that are, firstly, I'm not somebody to just do a weekly update and put an update up just for the sake of doing a weekly update. I want to do things that are relevant, and also with some valid content to be aired. I don't want to be copycatting. There's plenty of videos out there from plenty of koi people who talk about filtration, aeration, KH, pH, whatever. I don't just want to be repetitive when there's already that information out there for you to have a look at. I think for me, I feel it pointless if I'm just copying what somebody else has already done and said. So I only want to put a video out there which is relevant to us. Both Keith and myself had COVID recently. I wasn't that ill. To be fair, it's not the first time I've had it. I'm probably certain it's not the last time. I wasn't that ill. Keith was quite poorly. Luckily he's okay, but he was really coughing and tight chest, and it just wasn't great. So we both had a week off work. Well, he had to have a week off work. I worked from home, so you know, that is what it is. Unfortunately, the week we had COVID, the windows were due to be delivered, which we had to then advise Paul at Kirky's Koi that we both had COVID, so the supplier decided not to deliver can't blame them for that, to be fair. So it kind of put us back a couple of weeks on the windows. Is what it is. They were actually delivered last Monday. Now the windows are currently not in situ because of the weather, basically. They turned up. 5 people took off the lorry, the small window. The larger window, which it is over 3 meters wide, the actual window itself. However, the actual viewing pane won't be quite 3 meters. So it's going to be about 2950. It's going to be about 5 centimeters short of 3 meters what you're going to view actually. And that is due to the recess of where the windows fit, plus any what do you call it, tiles or stuff that we put up on the side of the windows, paneling that we put up. So it's going to be just about 5 centimeters short of 3 meters. My boss turned up and one of his apprentices, Callum's, thanks to you guys for showing up and helping. It took 7 people to lift the window off the vehicle. 39mm thick. As I say, it's just over 3 meters wide. I think it's 3120. And then 84 centimeters high. It weighed 235 kilograms. It's absolutely a beast of heavy piece of glass. Triple laminated, heat soaked, whatever, all that kind of stuff. And I'm not going to show them. I didn't video them being lifted off the vehicle. Just didn't have time, basically. It was a case of, boss, follow me, you need to come and help us do this. Turn up, got lifted off, and they're currently wrapped up in carpet to keep them safe until we can fit them, because it's now below 5 degrees. It's currently -3 today, on the 14th December. So we cannot physically fit them. The sealant, I don't know, it might work, but you don't want to risk it really, do you? So it's a case of we're waiting for a little bit for the weather to warm up before we fit them. We've ordered 26 tubes of the sealant, which was recommended to us by Kirkus-Coy. I didn't get them from Kirkus-Coy. I got them from a company called BC Profiles. Cheap as chips, £3.73 a tube for some PU18. I think that's what it's called anyway. In black. And it arrived within 24 hours after it being ordered, so that was brilliant. We did have to pay £7.95 for delivery, but when you consider the cost of the tubes compared to where else you can buy them from, and how, do you know what I mean, it can be quite costly if you need a fair few tubes of that stuff. So I did do, I spent half a day researching the cheapest best, and that's what I do. You know, I'm just trying to share things like what's the best product to use, what's the cheapest place to buy it from, and that kind of thing. So we have the windows, we have the sealant, and we're now just waiting for the weather to be warm enough for us to fit them. Yes, obviously we also need quite a lot of people to help lift those windows because it is bloody heavy. So as I mentioned, I'm in work again, and I'm really quite enjoying it. it's quite a new venture for me. I actually contacted a local company to go and help them do some bookkeeping and stuff to get myself a little bit of pocket money, basically. Anyway, I went and had a chat with this company, and so I've been doing the bookkeeping and stuff for him because he needs that doing at Moira Fencing. So anybody who needs any fencing work in the Derbyshire, well, anywhere to be fair, because they do travel, they it's a wicked company. They make their own panels, they do everything. It's phenomenal. I've watched the lads in the workshop making these gates and panels, and it's just amazing to see these young lads doing what they do. So I've been doing bookkeeping, but he also runs a secondary company that he wanted a business development manager for. So I'm doing that 4 days a week, part-time, only part-time, but it suits me, 8 till 2, 4 days a week. And I'm recruiting people in the construction industry, which is what I know. It's the construction industry to me is a backbone of what I'm used to doing. So I'm going out there finding vacancies and people, and just making sure that I'm putting the right people in the right positions. And then the good thing about that is it gives me then time to go home and focus on the artwork that I want to do. And I have actually purchased some blank canvases, and I'll stick a photo in here of the sizes. I know I like doing the large mural kind of thing, but I guess that's kind of bespoke. So I guess from however much I love doing the large mural stuff, it's not feasible for me to do that all the time, because it's not something that everybody wants. So I've bought some smaller canvases, as you can see the sizes from the photo that I posted, so I can do smaller versions, and then people can put them where they want. If you want them internal, you can put them in your pump house or whatever, or your house if you want to, I don't know, if you want a family portrait of one of your favourite pets, send me a photo and I'll paint your favourite pet, that kind of thing. You can also have them out externally on your ponds, because I have found a product where I can coat them, which is weatherproof. So that's quite good. So it's keeping me busy and keeping us happy with that respect. So yeah, one other thing Keith's been doing, so why we can't do the pond, he's been focusing and fiddling around doing other stuff. So I'm just going to spin you around, show you, actually. Excuse the dust. So they're the canvases I've purchased with the sizes. These ones are boxed, so you can see that you just need to put a thing there to hang them. These are actually flat pieces of canvas. I really like these. I know I need to get some kind of frame or something for them, but I really do like them. However flat they are quite heavy compared to these. But I'll think about that. I don't know what this box is. It turned up yesterday. It's my one of my Christmas presents, apparently. I don't want to touch it. You might think I've been peeking. and I don't want to peek because I like surprises. So this is an electric scooter that he purchased 2 years ago. We went up Gretna Green to collect that, and you see these forks and stuff. And anyway, this behind my present is an e-bike that he's been building. He constantly sits here and thinks about what he can do. So yeah, he's making e-bikes, and he's doing a really good job, to be fair. It's bloody heavy, don't get me wrong, but he's been watching a lot of YouTube videos and fiddling about. So yeah, I guess he's starting, that's one of the little projects that he's been doing while the pond's on hold. As you can see, actually, let me get the Stella's feed, because we still need to feed Stella, even though the Koya, I know people don't say it's hibernating, there's a particular word for it, but bloody hell, anything that sleeps through the winter, they're hibernating, aren't they? Seriously. So yeah, nothing's really been done. He's built a wood store there, look, for all the wood and stuff that we're getting for the log burner. The staples are still in there. Still haven't repainted that bit, but it is what it is. I'm a wuss when it comes to the cold. Look how icy it is. Proper icy. It's not a problem. Just is what it is, isn't it? I can't really do much. Oh my god. Okay, so as you can see, a couple of things have been going on. I'm back in work, Keith's been building e-bikes, and I'm kind of guessing that you know that something's wrong from my reaction when the video cut off. So I'm just gonna now put in a photo of what it was that I faced when well, you hear my reaction. So if you get easily upset, fast forward 5 minutes. I recognise that a lot of people out there have had similar issues, and it's really quite tragic, to be fair. Sorry if I'm getting a little bit emotional, but it was not nice to face that. It was just awful. So luckily, every single fish in that photo, amazingly, have survived. Even the black and orange one that was laying on top of the ice. God knows how long he'd been out of the water. But he's fine, and they are all fine. What really got me was the fact that we knew the temporary pond wasn't insulated and had a chance of freezing. I mean, it had ice on the top for a good week, you know, a big 6-inch layer of ice on the top, but it had, where the backy shower was flowing in, it had a big pool of which was clear and giving air, and so it was all good. Ironically, I would normally have been working that day, but Keith's son was going to Turkey on holiday, so I swapped my days off so I could drop him off at the airport. So it was just ironic that I dropped him off, came home, started to do the update, and went up, and then, well, you see what happened. So overnight, I'd not been up to the pond since 2 o'clock in the afternoon, just after 2, because I finish at 2. So I finish work at 2, so I come home and then feed the pond. Well, feed Stella. And so that was just so ironic. Otherwise, who knows what could have happened. We have lost some. The ones we've lost we've lost 5 in total. You know, I've seen that, and I stopped recording. I rang Keith. He asked me to fill the pond up with the hose pipe, which I did try to do, but I couldn't do that because it was all frozen. So that was another issue. So he said, right, just put them in the little pond. So at the side of the house where the little pond is, where the goldfish are in the 6 foot, I think it's 6 foot by 4 foot and 3 foot deep, or 6 foot by 3 foot, 4 foot deep. It's not massive. So I put the I just literally, whether they were moving or not, I just put them in the net, and I was up and down that slippery slope. It literally is a slippery slope of our garden, and I put that, I was up and down there trying to make sure that they didn't fall, trying to make sure that they were okay. I seen Stuart, I got Quinn, the black and orange one that was out of the water, because I thought he was already dead, I just left it till last, and didn't bother trying to even attempt moving that one. I was looking for Stella. I was so gutted. I couldn't find her. Keith got home, he put his wellies on, he got in the pool, he was lifting the ice to break it, because obviously you don't want to smash it because of giving them shock waves and potentially killing them in shock. So as he was lifting the ice, it wasn't like, and I really feel for him and thank him for doing that, because like when he did find Stella under the ice, she was literally stuck under the ice, because I don't know how heavy that ice was, but if you imagine that pool is 15 foot circular, and the ice was 6 inches thick, and as the water had dropped, the ice had dropped, cracking in certain places. Just to make it clear to people, we did not break the ice, it broke. Because that is one thing I want to point out to people: if your pond's frozen, don't smash it, don't go banging it and stuff. The best thing to do is boil a pan of water and put the pan on top of the ice, the hot pan. Don't tip the water onto it, just put the pan, just so you can get yourself a hole to get air in. That's what I would recommend, future reference for anybody who's had issues this winter. But it seems to be that a lot of people have lost fish because the temperatures have literally just fluctuated so much, and it is heart-wrenching. But as I say, he found Stella, and she was moving, and I at that point had moved the majority of the fish into the pond at the side of the bungalow. Yes, it's a lot of fish to put into a small place, but the fact is that that pond had filtration and it had oxygen, and I just had to put them somewhere. So it was a bit of an emergency situation. the new pond that we're building isn't ready. We've had the windows delivered, as you will see from the little update that I've put in. I guess now, where we're at right now is that all the fish, however people wrap up their koi in cotton wool, I really wouldn't, because you need to make them hardy so they can survive issues like this. They've gone from being in that temporary pond, I don't know how long they were like that for. It was within a 24-hour window, but I'm not quite sure how long. Into a little pond, crammed in. A couple of them were put into the new pond. And then we had to basically fill up the new pond up to where we could, water-wise level, to make sure, because we've gone up to where the returns are, because they're not plumbed in properly, so we can't go above that at the moment. The water that was in there wasn't, well, it was dechlorinated, but wasn't particularly clear or clean, because the original plan was to clear it, clean it, whatever, and clean it before putting in new water to dechlorinate and stuff. We didn't have a chance to do that with what's happened, so they've literally gone from the tent pond into the mini pond or the new pond, because we did put Stella and a couple of the others in there, because we just couldn't fit them all in that little pond. Filled it up as much as we could. It's not been dechlorinated, and just shoved them all in there, and they've all survived. Every single one of the ones that we've moved, apart from the Shibunkin, which is one of the ones we lost, have survived that trauma, and they're all swimming around now like nothing's happened. And I'll go and put a little video up shortly about them in there, because I've got to be honest, it was quite cloudy when we initially put them in, but we didn't really have much choice. It was a case of we had to do what we had to do. They had no filtration for 4 days. The Awazi was frozen solid, and this is what I really don't understand. The Batty shower had 3 outlets, which were not just trickling out water, it was gushing out. It was not slow running water, it was fast running water, and it froze. And that is quite scary, to be fair. The fact that at -9 on the 15th is what the temperature was, that it froze. And flowing water is not supposed to freeze, but there you go, it did. And the consequences were that, well, it could have been a lot worse. We've lost Breakback. Okay, so he had issues anyway, but he still had every right to live. We've lost one of the crays. So we've still got Reggie, the black, red and white ones, I'm sorry, that are really fat because of literally the conditions that were kept in prior to us getting them. So Breakback we lost Ronnie, we've still got Reggie. And I swear to God, he's depressed. He's looking around, he's swimming around looking for Ronnie, honestly. I'll show you that shortly. We lost the Schwunken, so that's 3. We lost one of the golden orf. That's going out this electric bike. Fucking hell. We lost one of the golden north, and another one. But to be perfectly honest with you, we've still got the best. So we've lost the ones that had issues, so it could have been a lot worse. It's not great, but it could have been a lot worse. So I'm just gonna stop bawling now about losing bloody fish, and I'm gonna show you them, because they're like acting like nothing's happened, and they're proper invincible, and they're proper coming up for food. They want feeding and everything. It's just, this weather is just played havoc with a lot of people's ponds, and I so sympathise with everybody out there who's lost fish over this winter because of the drastic changes. We went from -9 on the 15th to 4 days later you're in like +14. It's like, really? So okay guys, so yeah, all these babies are all in their new home, although be it temporary. There's clay on the bottom. As I say, we had no chance to clean it, put in fresh water and dechlorinate it. We've gone up, as you can see, the water level just goes up to where the returns come out, because that's not actually been plumbed in, but they are all swimming around absolutely happy. The filtration that we do have, well, basically that was frozen for 4 days, so they were just sat in here with like non-dechlorinated water and an air stone just to keep them alive. Basically, there was a thin layer of ice on here, but they're fine, absolutely fine. So what Keith's done is he set that up, and the sieve. Obviously we've not got the bottom drains or anything running because nothing's plumbed in. It was just a case of, fuck, we need to get these fish in some water that's got some oxygen. So we don't have an air pump running at the moment. We did do initially, but now that oxygen there is enough. But I'll be perfectly honest, what you can see now, the type of koi that we do have, that I did breed or did grow from babies, and there's a fair few. Stella's absolutely loving it in here. She is currently over there, look, she's absolutely loving it in here, and Stuart is as well. But here's Reggie. He's not doing it right now, but he does keep looking for Ronnie, I think. But yeah, they're all really, really doing alright. They love it here. We've still got Popeye. We've still got What's It. Still got Koi Nizig. There's Quinn. They just like... So yes, they are in the new pond, even if it isn't finished. It just means that we're going to have to, at some point, set up the temporary pond again, put them out there. Put them up there. Empty this to put the windows in, to then set it up again. Keith actually did buy something off eBay, yeah, over the week, because we're not going to spend a lot of money on filtration, to be honest. He's looking at making our own filtration, so that'll be interesting, because we've got 2 big bags of K1 already in the loft that we bought. Keith bought a few months back, and he's been and bought like this big massive plastic container thing from a farm, which holds, I think it's, I can't remember the size of it. It's 6 foot tall. I think it's 4 foot circular. It's quite big anyway. It'll hold a lot of media, but we're going to have that as a moving bed. Cost him 25 quid off eBay, so that was like a bargain. But obviously the K1, the fillet's going to cost a fortune. There's Jaws. Next Popeye. Coinazig. Bogoth's in here somewhere. So yeah, they're all doing really well. Really, considering the drama that we had, this gimbal's playing about as well. So one thing, let me just spin you around, one sec. So this is what Keith's been doing while we can't do the pond. He's been playing about making e-bikes. He's been tinkering around with this. He took it out for a test drive. What did you get it up to speed wise? 25 mile an hour. But it's really, do you know what I mean? He's been watching these videos about these things, and yeah, so this is one that he's been building while we've been out of work over the holidays to keep them busy. It's quite clever actually with what he's done, because every day something turns up, be it a fuse or wires or a tyre or a bit of battery or whatever. And just shut that door because it's getting a bit cold. So yeah, that's what Keith's side project is. He's currently building e-bikes, and we're going to chuck them in the van tomorrow and go out for a bit of a drive, because one of what he bought me for Christmas was this. So this is, he bought me that, which is a Brompton e-bike, and it's road legal. It folds up, tiny, it's ideal. Yeah, so that was my Christmas present. So we're going out e-biking tomorrow, which will be awesome. So that's it, I guess, really, guys. Yeah, so probably not the best update in the world. I just wanted to give you a little bit of an insight into why there's not been one for a while, what we've been up to, and what's going on next. So basically, next steps are, obviously we want to get the windows in, but the fish, they are a priority, so we just need to make sure they're fine, which we have done, and is what it is. There's nothing that we could have done. The one good thing I would say about having the pond that we're building where it is if there is a problem, like there has been, with the pipes freezing at the top, I couldn't see that, and you literally had to walk up to the top of the garden to view to see that there'd been a problem. Now there, so when we're sat on the sofa, if there's a problem with that pond, we'll see it straight away. So that will be a massive bonus to help prevent problems like that in the future. Plus, with it being half in and half out the ground, it'll have that insulation as well, which will help. So yeah, that's it from us. We really hope you've had a good Christmas. We have a few things planned for the new year, which I would love you to be a part of. So please do like, share and subscribe our channel. Because I know that I've not posted for a while. And like I say, I really do not want to post just for the sake of posting. So really just want to put up posts and updates when it's relevant to what we are doing, which is important to us. I'm not doing YouTube to make any money from it. Very unlikely I'm going to make any money from it, because we ain't got enough followers for one. I just guess I just want to share our experiences and ideas. So yeah, have a lovely new year, everybody. Thank you for being a part of the koi community, sharing your ideas, sharing your information, sharing your knowledge, because it really does make a difference. I've been keeping koi for years, like over 20 years, and every day is a school day. So yeah, have a good one, guys, and see you next year.